teaching you guys how to do this right quick. And that's because a lot of folks have tried to use this radio to link to different items like your FRS radios or, hold on a second. Make sure I got all this stuff turned down. So we have two radios that I'm recommending. And the reason why is because with these two radios, I have really been able to do everything. And a lot of stuff from Radioddity can be unlocked. One thing that cannot be unlocked is this one, the new Baofeng. And this is the G Plus. And this is the GMRS version. And you know that GMRS for myself is one of my favorites. So I do want a dedicated GMRS radio anyway. So I don't really want to mess with this. And I like how it easily connects to repeaters and different things like that. It's a really good radio. The links will be in the description for Radioddity, and they also have Baofengs for sale. Now, these Baofengs can be unlocked, and I will show you guys later how to unlock these. They're very easy. I do have a video on that, and I can put that link in the description. Some of these can't be unlocked. So some of the versions are having problems unlocking. So you just don't get the factory reset. What does unlocked mean? Well, when you have the factory reset, right, it's not locked for GMRS or for ham, meaning you can transmit on all frequencies. You want to be careful when doing that because these are 5 watts and they will reach out pretty far. So you can get in trouble. So that's just a disclaimer there. But to have some fun with these, so for instance, let's say you're on church security detail, all right, and you want to use your Baofeng or you want to use something better than this. Everyone else is walking around with these FRS radios, and you can barely hear them because you're 50 years old like me, and you want something that's better, something that works better, especially if you're on the outside perimeter and you want to be able to actually reach people and hear people. You want something like the Baofeng. Now, this particular model goes all the way up to 8 watts. And you want to adjust the power rating because if it's too powerful, it kind of overpowers things. So you want to adjust power as needed, okay, to stay within the law. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys how to do that. Okay, so the first thing is we have a standard GMRS or FRS radio here. We're going to put it on channel 4. All right. And we're going to turn on our G. Now, what our G does is it will search for frequencies. All right. So I'm going to bring this up nice and close so you guys can see. And you're going to press this green button on your G. And let me actually work behind the camera so you guys can actually see this. Okay. And I want you to really see this. Let's grab our radios. We can do this together. All right, here we go. I'm going to bring in the focus for you guys. All right, so check this out. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit this button right here, and it's going to search, and you can do search for UHF, right? Or you can press this button down here, which is your hashtag. You can search for VHF or the 200 band right there. All right. But what we're going to actually do is we're going to go to UHF, and right now it's searching. But let's say you're at church detail, right? And you want to be able to talk to these FRS radios. All you have to do is hit transmit on this. And what it's going to do is it's actually going to be searching. And there you go. You have the code. This is the frequency. Let me turn that down. This is the frequency of this radio. Fantastic. Well, if you type this frequency, and look at that, there's no privacy code. None. Okay. Now, the intercom system that we're going to do later has a privacy code, and that privacy code will show up at the bottom. Now, let's say you want to save this, but first of all, if you type that privacy code into this radio right here, all right, it will work. So what we're going to do is we're going to just look at our screen, and it's really easy because you can hold this up. But what if you want to use this? Sometimes you can use this, and I'll show you how to save this frequency to your memory. And it's so easy. And people miss one step, and that's why you're messing it up. It's so easy. You're trying to save this frequency on a channel that already has a channel on it. You have to go to an empty channel, and I'm going to show you guys how to do that. It is so easy, step by step here. So grab your unlocked Baofeng here, okay? Your unlocked Baofeng, and look at that. We're going to just do 4, 6, 2, 6, 3, 8. Bam. All right. Now what that has done is it's made it where I can communicate. Hello, 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 hello. So this one is working. Hello, hello. And I can talk to this. I gotta turn it up. And I can talk to this one. Bam, bam, bam. Hello, 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 hello. Wow, this is great, right? This is exactly what you wanted. But this radio, sorry guys, this radio can't search. So we have to have 2 radios to do the same darn thing. Pretty annoying, right? Well, sometimes it is annoying. And as of now, G cannot be unlocked like the old Baofeng R's, okay? So these are really easy to unlock. It always unlocks. This, the G, is you cannot unlock it. So you can't press the magic couple buttons and turn it on and unlock it as of yet. It is locked in GMRS mode. Now let me show you how to actually save this, because this thing right here, this one right here, can communicate to some frequencies, a very limited amount of frequencies. So for instance, this one can talk and take over my intercom system, which is kind of scary for my entire family. Here's my intercom system that I keep pointing at. This is my intercom system. There we go. I can just bring it right down there. So there's my intercom system, and that's kind of cool. It takes it over, and that's pretty fancy. But let's say I want to save a frequency to this device. I already know that this radio cannot communicate on this band, so I'm not going to save it to anything. So we'll just skip ahead, and I'm going to show you how to communicate with your intercom system. So basically, if I was on church security and I brought my fancy radio, I'd be able to hear them. Okay, so when they talk, I can hear them on this, but I can't transmit on this. You understand? And that kind of defeats the whole purpose. But with these as a combination, you can do anything. So what we'll do right now is we're going to take over this intercom system. Okay, so if we look right here, we have the frequency of that little radio right over there. Let's get the frequency for this intercom system. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll hit this. We'll just go back to the normal menu. We hold down the green button, which is going to hit your search. Okay, and then we're going to transmit on our intercom system. Bam. So that intercom system has a frequency and a privacy code. So does that mean I need to come in here and do all the privacy codes and all that? No, check this out. It has what they call one-touch save. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the menu, hit the green button. It's really hard to see. Okay, now look at that. See how it says CH034? That stands for memory channel, that MHCH. This right here that's blinking, that's no good. We don't want that. So what we're going to do is we're going to scroll down until we find an empty slot. Look at that. See how channel 35 there doesn't say CH yet? It just says 035. That's an empty slot. And when I did that, I had the volume off, guys, sorry. But when I did that, it said confirm. See how it says CH35 now? Hit that red button. Now we can talk. Whoa. Now we can talk. That's a little loud because again, it's on high power. So and I'm really close to this, but you can see, wow. So this is on 5 watts, okay? These are not 5 watt. So how would you do that actually? You wanna see how to do that? So you'd hit memory again, and we'd find power level TXP is your power level. See the TXP? You're just going to scroll on down. Whoops.
Power.
Power. Middle. Let's go to low.
Confirm.
Confirm by hitting the red. All right. It's a little bit better. So that's a little bit better. As you can see, it's still pretty powerful because it's running on about 2 watts there, which intercom systems, I think, are about 1 watt, 1.5 watts. It works good for the one that's in the kitchen. So my wife's like, what's going on? And because it's got a nice big antenna, I'm standing right next to it. So that kind of explains how you can communicate to these FRS radios. I know that you guys have tried to pair it, and you'll type it in and people will start talking and you can hear them, but you can't transmit to them. And that's because this is a GMRS radio. It's limited on what it can transmit on, period. That's all it is. Get yourself a standard Baofeng, take that code, and instead of being able to save it all conveniently like I just did to that one, you can't do that, okay? So what you'll have to do is you'll have to take all that information, the frequency, and if there's a privacy code, you'll enter in the privacy code to this also. If you guys have questions about privacy codes, what are privacy codes? Well, that's a good example of a privacy code. A privacy code is you can hear them, right? I can hear them talking, but I can't transmit to them. So it's actually the opposite of a privacy code. You can spy on them, but you can't talk back, okay? So what that does is, let's say I had 2 of these, right? And I put them on a frequency. I put them on a frequency that I want to talk on, and somebody tries to interrupt us or talk to us. I can put a privacy code on this one and a privacy code on my other Baofeng, and I won't hear you, okay? All right, you can hear us, but I can't hear you. So a privacy code is actually like a mute button, if you will, for the people around you. So it's almost the opposite of a privacy code. So I hope that explains stuff for you guys. I hope that was interesting for those of you guys that are into radios. We will be doing other things. I can't show you really what's to my right because it's not okay for a live video. But I am going to be showing you guys how to get certain things delivered to your home. And that'll be a video soon also. So this is an FFL3. And it's really easy, and it's a good way to save a lot of money and get stuff sent directly to your home. So for those of you that enjoy the other aspects of my channel, we're going to have some stuff on that. So check out the links. Radioddity sponsored this content, and they have some really fantastic prices. You can get all these radios there, and believe me, I've tried to unlock this. It does not work. It just won't do it. So I promised that I would show you guys how to unlock your radio. So we'll do that right now, and I'll get behind the screen and you guys can see it. And I didn't want that to, that's my AI assistant that likes to move my camera for me. All right, so we're gonna unlock this radio, because if you guys are still here, you might be interested in this. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna hit the PTT button, which is this button. We're gonna hold this button right here, and then we're gonna hold the orange button. So that's 3 buttons you're holding. And then when I turn it on, you're gonna notice it says factory. Bam. And that's how you do it. It's an unlocked radio. I just reset it to factory settings. And that enables you to transmit on all frequencies. I have heard, now let's see what the version of this one is. The version of this radio is UV5RTP. And is there a date on there? I don't see a date. But I have heard that some can't be unlocked. So I apologize if yours does not. You could, and the good thing about ordering from Radioddity is you can ask them which other radios do unlock. So they have other radios that do unlock, and you can ask them, hey, I'm interested in getting an unlocked radio, a radio that can transmit on all frequencies, and you can email them and they will email you back and tell you which ones will do that. And that way you can purchase a bunch of these and a couple of these, and you can communicate with all your Walmart buddies if you'd want to, or whatever your imagination can come up